Hey guys, welcome back to Lynch's Garage. It's going to be a real nice, smooth, and easy one tonight because we are going to, if I can find it here, where did I put it? Where did I put the wax? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. It's right here. The stuff here. Uh, Butter wax, chemical guys. Being that I use the blue polish from Chemical Guys, we're going to use this butter wax. Um, Says it leaves a deep, wet shine on any paintwork. There is this other stuff I'd like to try sometime. Many of the different suppliers are coming out with it now, and it's made for black cars. And I don't know how long the application would last, but when you polish it into the black car, if you have any slight swirls or stuff like that, this black wax is supposed to fill in all those little imperfections. So it might really work. It may be good until you do your next wash. So if you say you put the black wax on it and have it on there for a couple weeks, whatever, depends how many drives you do, it may be fine. But some things I've heard on the internet is that as soon as you wash it, everything comes back, all the swirls, because it's only filling them in temporarily. But it'd be great if you're going to show the car at a car show or something like that. You could use that stuff. I might try it, pick up a bottle of it and see if I think McGuire's makes a brand like that, and Turtle Wax makes a brand of black wax. So I'm going to try that. It's just like putting shoe polish on your shoe. So, yeah, this butter wax should be pretty good. But before we do that, let's lay that up here. If I'm using a machine, that's fine. I'll just use the machine. But if I'm using rags and my hands right there, shouldn't touch anything. But I take off all my rings. This one here was you can't even see the writing on it now. It was a Harley ring. It had the Harley logo on it. It's all washed away now. It's just gone. It's like a tungsten type of thing. Really hard. Um, and of course, the wedding ring right there. And a real special ring is my father's 1947 high school graduation ring from Harkins High in New Brunswick. That would be near Newcastle, New Brunswick, where the school was, I believe. And it was a globe of the world. Um, it's faded so bad now you can't see the map of North America. You can see the base pedal where the globe was held. Um, you can't see much more. It actually looks like a skull. People have seen it and thought it was a skull. So I'll just let you, if that'll focus in there on that. It's a very, I wouldn't say delicate, but it's 10 karat gold. So it's got that yellowy look to it. Which I've gotten some compliments on that ring. So yeah, it's a very special ring to me. Yeah. So best to take those rings off and you're doing your waxing. So what I have here, I've got one to apply. We'll do this side of the hood. I'm not even touching the front yet because I'm still working on the lower spoiler. Got to get that repainted at the edges, and I have to put new what was used originally a while ago when Bruce put it on. That was, I would say, close to 10 years ago. I guess he put it on almost right away. They used a seam sealer, and a seam sealer normally will flex and it'll be good for a long time. But this stuff seemed to crack, stress, maybe, I don't know, whatever. So I'm going to use a RTV, an automotive RTV that's supposed to be UV, you know, uh, uh, good for like it sort of flexes, and it's doesn't seem to get bothered by the UV rays and stuff like that. So I'm going to try that. It's just like comes in a tube, and what I'll do is tape a line down each side of the crack, and then I'll just gently put a bead along, and then just finger along and make a nice seam if I can. So we'll see how that goes. Uh, so right now we'll just do this half of the hood, apply it with this one. We'll do this fender just down to above the rocker, and that'll be good. We can even put we can even put a few dabs on the. We'll start there. We'll put a few dabs on the decal. It doesn't hurt to do the decal as long as you don't go too aggressive on the decal. Just what's this stuff smell like? It's got a unique smell to it. It smells good, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can wax a decal if you. It'll get some water spots off, maybe. You know that you get a lot of water spots. Now with the stripes, yeah, you don't want to put nothing heavy in there or wax in there. I'll just sort of stay away from that area there because I don't want anything to build up around there. I'll wipe the rag over it after I'm done waxing this. Let me get around this side here. Yeah, now I can do the center piece here. That's between the two stripes. I'm just staying in the center. Just putting a very light bit in there. I can reach that up there later. I could put this on by hand if I wanted to, but I mean by the machine if I wanted to, but I figure machines are for your glaze and your polishes, right? That's what your machine's for. This doesn't take much effort because all you're doing is sealing everything in. So we can take some of the stuff that's still on the decal and we can move over to side of the paint here. I tell you, right now, tonight, it's warm here in the garage. I got the main baseboards up to 20 degrees, and I got two electrical heaters. I had them going for a little while, and it's toasty warm here in the Lynch's garage, but you know what? It's cold as a witch's, you know what, outside. It's friggin' cold out there. I don't know why. It doesn't say, like on the phone, it says only -9, but damn, it's cold out there. So let's change the position of this rag a bit. Like that. Flip it around. Take a little more wax off this. I believe we got it all on there. I can't see. Yes, we did. Coming around over here now. Put a little more on. Scoop up some more here. Don't want to waste any because stuff ain't cheap. Stuff ain't cheap. Still haven't heard from the bench guy yet, Bench Auto, about my rim, but I imagine he's ordered it, and he'll let me know. He'll let me know when it arrives. That's for sure. Just gonna one little dab here. That's all I need to do. Not much. One little dab. Let's just mix that around. Yeah. So I just go in sort of a circle motion, but more of a down and back, with a slight. And you're not worried about that because the wax is not going to, put any marks in your paint. You can pretty well go, the way you want to go on it. It's just going to I think I'll put on my glasses just to get a better view. As everybody knows, once you hit 50, you're going to need reading glasses. I held off till I was 50, but I couldn't do it any longer. Things were getting difficult to read. You know, you can only hold a paper so far from your face, right? Your arms are only so long. Now that I just have a little bit of wax left on this, I can now just go in between this little stripe and the big stripe just to see what's going on here. It's okay. Everything's looking good. Yeah. Look at that. And I might need another drop just to get up there in the center of that stripe. And I'll get that done. Yeah. So, right there. There we go. Let's get that. And let's put a little bit there. There we go. It's looking good now. Now she's looking good. Just let her dry to a haze. Look at the spot here again a bit. Let her dry to a haze. You can do the edge of the hood too. Just try not to get any on plastic, because you get anything on plastic, you got to go through some treatment to get it off, you know. It's a bit of a pain doing that. Okay, I think we've got it. So let's let that dry a little bit. Yeah. Thursday night, we'll probably continue doing some of this, I would imagine. So I'm going to use something a little bit, that's very soft. This has got a little bit of texture to it to try to take up the wax. I think this came with the kit when I had the mother's detailing kit. This cloth came with it, which is pretty nice. So let's just go in here, do the edge there. Be careful around the decals. Just go back and forth. Don't go across. Just go back and forth like this. And there really wasn't much wax along the decals. I did check that, and any that I found, I did remove it. I did remove that wax that was stuck. I think most of it was on the back deck lid. That's where I found most of the wax that was like biting onto the side of the stripes. That wasn't hard to remove. That was pretty easy. What's that there? That's a little tiny pick. Just a little. You're going to get them on the highway. Just don't follow any big trucks. Either pass them or stay way back, because I call them rock slingers or rock throwers. That's all they are. Rock throwers. One time, you won't believe it, but it was, let's see, bought a brand new Bronco 2. That's what it was called back in the day. Dark blue one. Dark blue Bronco 2. Had the V6 in it. 2.9 V6, I believe it was. Automatic. Four-wheel drive. You had to get out and lock the hubs, lock the front hubs to make the four-wheel drive work. And then you shifted it inside. But picked it up there at Fairley and Stevens on Wise Road, right where Part Source is now, actually. And I think I paid 16 grand for it back in 1986, which was a fair amount of coin. And a couple little things happened to it. It had Goodyear Wranglers on it, pretty good tires. But we were driving out toward the airport, and didn't we get a flat in the back? It was the back passenger side. It just went flat. I don't know if something got in it. Must have been a nail or something. I can't remember. So we had to I think we ended up getting a brand new tire or something, because it wasn't that old then. So I think it was probably in the springtime of '87, because I was living in we were both living in Gagetown, New Brunswick, because I was on the base there in the Army. And we were driving back. We were driving back home to Oromocto, New Brunswick, where the base is, Gagetown. And we were just coming up on the border. You know, the border. You'll pass the tourism, Nova Scotia Tourism building. You pass there, and you go along, and once you get on the salt flats type of thing, the marshy stuff, you're already in New Brunswick at that point. And it's a long, straight stretch, all flat and just the grassy stuff. There's a few radio towers and stuff like that along the way. And in the distance, I could see everybody, you know, in my lane. All these cars were just zipping over, pulling over right quick. And I thought, what the hell are these guys doing? Why are they all pulling over like that? Well, I found out, driving up a little farther, there was a dump truck, big dump truck, no tarp on the back. I don't even think they put tarps on the back in those days. But rocks, I'm not kidding, that big, at least that big, you know, size of a loony or toonie, and some smaller, were just flying off, and the wind was blowing. Of course, the wind was blowing that way over to our traffic lane. He was going on the other side of the road, going toward Nova Scotia. We were going toward New Brunswick. And these rocks, I came up to it, and these rocks just pelted us like a machine gun. They were skipping off the friggin' Bronco hood. They were smashing the windshield. Rocks were smashing on the windshield, smashing the grill. I pulled right over. It was too late then. I had to get it all friggin' repainted, new windshield, repaint the hood, even some rocks down the side of it. It was a fucking mess. I was pissed. I guess there's a gravel yard up the road, and that's where he came from. He came from that gravel road, gravel yard, and picked up gravel. And he didn't secure the rocks. He didn't cover them, so that was terrible. I mean, so that's why I always I'll either stay way back where that rock ain't gonna make it to me, or I get past them very quick if I'm following one. But if you're on a skinny road like we were, highway, and you're stuck. You're stuck. You can't drive it off into the marsh, right? There was no way I could avoid that one. So hopefully that never happens again. So this stuff is going on really nice. So that's sort of a little Bronco story, but not too many stories with that car. I mean, I had no problems with the motor or the automatic transmission in it or the four-wheel drive system. I didn't have any issues at all. It was a good working truck, I should say. And there was one time I was coming out the gate of one of the gates of the base, and I was only really close to the stop sign. And then just right across the street, down around the corner, my house was right there, so it wasn't very far. But anyway, the electronic module that was mounted against the firewall that provides spark to the system coils to spark your spark plugs, it just went right flat dead, and the engine just right down, just flattened right out and shut off. What it was, they found out that Ford did replace it. They found out that the module itself was there was gaps in it, and water intrusion happened over probably a couple of years. I think this happened the second year I owned it, and water intrusion, it got in there and just destroyed the module, right? So and they put a better one on, and it was fine ever since. So I kept that. We kept that Bronco. Let's see, from December '86 when we bought it. And I think it was, let's see, September, October. I believe it was September of '93. So Barb was going to pick up our first daughter at daycare just up on Joffrey Street. It was a church up there, still up there. Pick her up, and she was going down, I don't know what road what they call it, Prince Arthur, where Prince Arthur School is. She was going down that road, and she came down the hill by the school. She was on the flat part. She was almost near Portland Street, just back. But a Toyota Privia, some old Toyota van they had back in the day. Anyway, didn't he cross over through the median and smack the Bronco? Now, Barb was, my wife was 8 months pregnant or something, and it just dented the whole door and the back quarter panel, spun the car, the Bronco, right around 180. Of course, the drive shaft, rear drive shaft, dropped out of it. It was quite a mess. He really hit pretty hard. Barb was okay. The baby, being inside, the baby was was okay, no issues. After they checked her out and all that, but that was basically insurance company wanted to write it off, so I said, okay, I guess that's too much to fix it. But so I guess we had it a total of let's see, 7 close, yeah, 7 years. I guess we had it 7 years. Yeah, and it wasn't that bad on gas, really, but it was top heavy, a little top heavy. One time with the first daughter, Sam, we were coming home at Christmas time, and we used to take a shortcut before Sussex. We used to take a shortcut called Coles Island Cutoff. We used to take that. It used to save us 20 minutes getting home. Back in the day, 20 minutes it would save us. And we'd take that road. But for some reason, this time we thought there was a lot of snow and it was a big snowstorm. We thought, well, maybe we should go stay on the highway and take the road past Sussex, staying on the highway. And that's what we did. But didn't we hit a real glazy patch on the highway? And the Bronco being so like top heavy, not aerodynamic at all. And I was going slow. I was only doing like 70, 80 kilometers an hour, maybe. And we were going along, and the highway just has this like slow dip like this. And in the whole Bronco, and up in the distance, what's coming? An 18-wheeler. And then we only got 2 lanes. There's no divided highway there. And the whole Bronco just shifted like this, sideways. We're sliding down the road sideways. And I didn't panic. Of course, I let off the gas, and I did slight steering to the right, just a little bit at a time, and feathered the brake, because that car did not have ABS. Back in the day, we didn't have that. I just feathered the brake, And didn't I get it right back in the friggin' lane just in time? I would say within 3 to 5 seconds, and that 18 wheeler just went right by us. Uh, that was that was a little bit of help from somebody else, not me. I'm not that good of a driver to get myself out of something like that. So gotta thank the stars above for that one. You know. So I'm not going to go around this Camaro name here because I've cleaned that with a Q-tip and whatnot. It's in there, so that's all done. I'm staying above it and below it. That's all I'm doing. Above it and below it. That's just a few little Bronco stories. I don't know if there's any more. Oh yes, I got another one. Okay, every fall we had corn boil at the base. We'd all go to a park. We go to a park for the corn boil. You know, a big fun corn boil, and it didn't cost nothing to us. And get a bunch of corn, boil it up, and all that stuff. Have some beers. We're drinking beers there and all that out in the park. It's a great time. But I brought the Bronco there. I was going to touch this with the top of this. I had the Bronco there, and it was all, how I polished it all up. She was looking good. She's put this over here. She's dark blue, super dark blue. Do I have a picture of it? She's super dark blue, almost black. She's almost black. She's like a midnight blue. I don't know if they called it midnight blue or what they called it, but it was close to being like a black color. And I know I post some up on Facebook and all that, but I don't see one in here of the Bronco. Shitload of Vega pictures and Volkswagen and TR6. No, it's not there. Anyway, so I had it all polished up, and let's go back to this rig. Polished up, and so me, Kramer, my old buddy Pat Kramer comes over. He comes over, and we're drinking beers, talking, joking, having a good time. I had my guitar there. I think I was playing guitar a little bit, and so Pat goes drinking, talking, laughing, stuff like that. And then he leans back like that, leans on my truck like this, right? And I go, whoa, Pat, get off it, will you? He goes, fuck, Ronnie, it's just a fucking truck. It's just a truck. I said, yeah, man, but I like to keep it clean. I don't want anybody leaning on it, scratching it. His idea of a truck and my idea of a truck was different. I always looked at vehicles as I got to keep them in good shape. If I treat them right, these vehicles would treat me right. You know what I'm saying? Look at that butter wax. Damn. That butter wax is coming right up. But I didn't, once I told him that, Pat just got off the fender. He just had a good laugh on it. That's all. And we're still friends. We've been friends for, I don't know, since 1982. 1982. That's 43 years. That's a long time. 43 years and still be a friend. You know what I mean? Not many friends stay together for 43 years. Some do, but not all. Some have fights and they never talk again. This happens. It just happens. Look at that, man. I like that butter wax. That ain't bad. I know I got a few swirls here and there, but maybe I get that black wax in there someday. That'll come right up. What do you say? Should we do the other side, or you know what? We should wait. Maybe what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow. Maybe have some more stories, whatnot. I don't know. We'll come back tomorrow, and we're going to continue. We're going to do this side, and that fender. And that in that scenario, I'll bring you over here and have you looking this way. Yeah, have you looking up this way. That'll be good. But I like that. It went on so nice, and it came off. Like a lot of waxes, you have a real hard time getting some of the waxes off. This wasn't difficult to get off. It's you know what I mean? It came off really good. You didn't have to work too hard at it. So, I mean, I have other I will go back to the Malco brand probably once I use up all the butter wax, because that stuff, I used to use that on the Harley, and I used it on the Bullet, and it's just amazing stuff, right? So I'm just going to close this up now and put that down there. And I want to thank everybody for coming back, because, you know, just to share some what I'm doing here with the RS, getting her there. I can show you a little progress I'm making on the wall here. Just I'll take you off here. Just give me a second. Take you off here. I don't have my gimbal. I did buy a gimbal, but I don't have it with me now. So I'll try to be a gimbal best I can. So here, what I did is I put, of course, the decal. You might have seen that. That's up top. I didn't do that. That's store-bought. I did throw the image of the Chev logo up and put 2 coats of red on it. I put 2 or 3 coats of red on the RS. And of course, that 13 was there previous that I put on a couple weeks ago. So what I'm going to do, probably put another coat of red on the Chev symbol and another coat of red on the RS. And then I'm going to paint the center, all the white inside the Chev logo. I'm going to paint that black, because I do have a decal to go on once I paint that black, and you'll be able to see that once I get that on. It's a cool decal. That means a lot. Yeah. So let's flip you around here, guys. Like I say, and I say it every time, I'd like each and every one of you to stay safe out there. You know what I mean? Thunder Road.